In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The conditions, pillars and requirements of the prayer. A book by Sheikh Mohammed ibn Sulaiman at-Tamimi.
Shukran board for that introduction.
F1.
Assalamu alaikum. The book we want to read with you today is about all the conditions that have to be in place for your salah to be good. Chapter 1. The conditions for the prayer. The conditions for the prayer are 9. 1. Islam. 2. Sanity. 3. Reaching the age of maturity. 4. Lack of ritual impurity, that is ablution. 5. Removal of filth. 6. Covering the aura. 7. The entrance of the proper time. 8. Facing the Qibla. And 9. The intention.
Still, what do all those things mean that you listed?
In the next few chapters, the Sheikh explains each of the conditions.
Oh, so we are not really going to be reading about how to make salat in this book?
No, this book is covering everything that should be in place before a person even starts to pray. And then it also talks about certain parts of the prayer.
Boy, Islam sure is pretty detailed.
Yes, and quite concise. So let's move forward with the reading, shall we?
Okay.
Chapter 2. The first condition, Islam. Its opposite is disbelief. The actions of a disbeliever are not accepted by Allah, regardless of what good deed he may perform. The proof for this is Allah's saying, "It is not for the polytheists to maintain the mosques of Allah while they witness against their own selves of disbelief. The works of such are in vain, and in hell will they abide forever." Surah At-Tawbah 17. And Allah's saying, "And we shall turn to whatever deeds they, the polytheists, did, and make such deeds as scattered floating particles of dust." Surah Al-Furqan 23.
So, for the prayer to count, a person definitely has to be a Muslim?
Yes.
None of the other conditions would mean anything then if a person is not a Muslim.
Exactly so. Praise be to Allah who has guided the believers to Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
Chapter 3. The second condition, sanity. Its opposite is insanity. As for the insane person, the pen that records his deeds is lifted from him until he regains sanity. The proof for this is the hadith: the pen is lifted from 3 people, a person sleeping until he wakes up, an insane person until he regains sanity, and a child until he reaches the age of puberty. Reported by Ahmed, Abu Dawud, and Nasa'i and Ibn Majah. Al-Hakim reported it in his Mustadrak Volume 1, page 251 with a similar wording, saying this is an authentic hadith based on the conditions of Al-Bukhari and Muslim. At-Thahabi agreed.
Allah sure is merciful. If a person is not of a good sound mind, He accepts that as an excuse for them from even worshipping Him.
Indeed, you're right, board. Allah is truly merciful.
Can you explain the next condition for the salat, the age of maturity?
Sure. The Sheikh continues in his book in chapter 4. The third condition, age of maturity. Its opposite is childhood. Its extent is the age of 7 years, then he is to be commanded to pray. The proof for this is the Messenger of Allah's saying, "Command your children to pray by the age of 7, and beat them to do it by the age of 10, and separate them from their beds." An authentic hadith reported by Ahmed, Abu Dawud and Al-Hakim.
Wow, just like people who are insane, little children are excused too.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the one who does not show mercy will not have mercy shown to him. Who needs Allah's mercy more than innocent children?
Good point.
Chapter 5. The fourth condition, removing ritual impurity. This means ablution, wudu, that is well known. What makes ablution mandatory is ritual impurity. The conditions.
Excuse me, Bilaal?
Yes, board?
What is ritual impurity?
This means that a person who is a believer is not actually impure, but they are not purified enough for the ritual known as salat. So a ritual impurity would be like relieving oneself or sleeping.